sweet. It's Mr. Krivak back today for another episode of Crafting with Krivak. Boys and girls, today's Wednesday, May 20th, and today I'm going to show you how to make something called bleeding blossoms. Let's take a look at some of the things that you're going to need. First, you're going to need your markers. Next, you're going to need a spray bottle that'll have some water in it. Boys and girls, the markers that I have are washable markers. They work best. You're going to need a container to put some water in it. And I have a jar, but you can use something as small as this. And I also am today going to use something called a wooden skewer. But if you don't have a wooden skewer, you could just use a toothpick. And then you're going to need a paper towel, a small piece of paper towel. All right, and then you're going to need, I almost forgot, then you're going to need some paper to draw your flowers on. So this is what I want to draw. I want to draw two flowers. I want to draw a bigger one and then a smaller one. So let me go ahead and use my pencil, and I'll draw my bigger flower. And I'm just going to give my flower 4 big petals. And now I'm going to draw a smaller one with 4 smaller petals. Okay, now I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to go along the edge of the flower petals that I just drew with pencil. This helps me see when I'm cutting them out. Okay, now that I have them outlined, I'm going to go ahead and color them in with whatever design that I want with whatever colors. So first, I'm going to do the outside of this petal in orange. And again, I want to use the side of the marker to get nice big lines of this orange. And I'm just going to continue all the way around my flower petal. Okay.
Orange. Next, I'm going to do some green. Actually, it might be easier if I turn the paper while I'm coloring. And today's craft project, is kind of similar to one that I showed you how to do before with paper towels and markers. Okay. Now I'm going to go yellow. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the very center of this flower with a light blue.
Okay, now I'm going to do my smaller flower. So I'm just going to use that light blue along the outside edge of this flower petal. And again, you can do whatever design that you want on your flower petal. Now I'm going to do a violet. I'm going to color this in a little bit more. And then for the center of this flower, I'm going to do yellow. Okay, now I'm all set to go ahead and cut them out. And I almost forgot to show you that you're going to need scissors. Now when you're cutting your flower petals out, what I like to do while I'm cutting is I like to turn the paper as I'm cutting to get the round edges just right.
rush this because I want my flower petals to look just right. So I'm cutting along the black line of the flower petals. And I decided to start with the first one, or the larger petal, first. And now the last part of this petal, the flower petal. And I'm turning it as I'm cutting. Okay, there's my first one. Now I'm going to cut my second one. And I think what I'm going to do for the second one is I'm going to first cut it away from the paper. That might be a little bit easier for Mr. Krivak to cut. And now, I'm going to cut along the black line of the smaller flower that I made. And again, for the same thing I did for the bigger one, I'm going to do for the smaller one. I'm going to turn this paper as I'm cutting. And that'll help me have round flower petals. Almost.
There. Now I have 2 flower petals. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set my paper aside. Now, for my flower petals, I'm going to take my wooden skewer and I'm going to wrap a paper towel around it as tightly as I can. So you can see that I already started one, but I'm going to just unroll it so I can show you. So I take my wooden skewer or toothpick, whatever you're using, and I'm slowly going to roll the toothpick or the wooden skewer nice and tightly along the countertop or a flat surface all the way until the paper towel is completely rolled around the wooden skewer. Now as I'm rolling it, I'm pressing it down too. Okay, so now I have my wooden skewer with a paper towel rolled tightly around it. Next, I'm going to take my big flower and I'm going to put the wooden skewer through the middle part of this flower. And I'm going to press gently because the skewer or toothpick can be sharp. And I'm going to press it all the way down till it comes in contact with the paper towel. Now I'm going to do my second one, my second flower. I'm going to push it through all the way down until I have it just positioned just right. Now I'm going to take my flower petals and I'm going to fold them up with my hand like this. I'm going to do this side first, then I'll do this other side second. And I want to get my flower petals folded up kind of like the way they look early in the morning while they're waiting for the sun to come out. And I'm just going to hold them in place for a second, and then I'm going to let go. Okay, now I'm going to set my finished flower petals and skewer and paper towel. I'm going to set them in a container with a little bit of water at the bottom of the container. So this is why I have this jar. So I'm going to set my flower in there. Now I'm going to take my spray bottle that has a little bit of water and I'm going to gently spray the flower petals or with a mist. Okay, that's all I need. Now, what's going to happen is probably your next question. Boys and girls, the reason it's called bleeding blossoms is because the water is going to travel up the paper towel along the wooden skewer and it's going to absorb into the flower petals. And all of the colors that I just colored in are going to start to bleed together, and by spraying the flower petals, the flower is going to magically open up like a real flower. And there you have bleeding blossoms. Boys and girls, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for listening and tuning in to another edition of Crafting with Krivak.